episode, our Cyberpunks just arrived in Night City with Adriana Young the clone. The group stayed in South Night City, an area that is full of crime, but not a place where Biotechnica or Arasaka look for them. The group reached out to Boris, Mimi's totally real Russian boyfriend, to get help reaching Adriana's father. While contacting Dr. Young, Boris and Sig had a fight, leaving Boris dead. They also had Axel getting a new face, had a fear that his enemies would find him. We ended with Adriana returning to the group, stating that she had a message for her father, from her father. And that's where we'll begin. So the group is standing here in the hotel that they've been staying at. Adriana's come over. She says, I have a message from my father. He said to meet him tomorrow night at his penthouse, the Chatworth Tower. He promises you all will be taken care of.
Taken care of. Ominous. Sig's kind of looking around to the rest of the group.
Natalia's still taking off bloody clothes, so she's like just sort of standing there in her underwear, sort of unimposing, or really imposing, if you know anything about Russian prison tattoos. And she sort of can't head to Adriana and will sort of quietly say, you do realize that if you fuck us over, I'll kill you with my bare hands. I have no qualms with killing a clone. We discussed this before.
I don't understand. Why would I betray you?
I understand you did not get out in the world before this adventure of yours.
No, this is my first time out out in the real world.
Everybody betrays you, Adriana. That is a lesson that you may learn. Everybody.
Sometimes it might be the people closest to you that betray you.
Well, I hope none of you betray me, and I won't betray you.
What an excellent deal we have now struck. Just keep this in mind when we go see our father.
I will.
Curious, what is Adriana thinking of this newly random person in the room? Since nobody has introduced.
That's a good question. So I would think that she doesn't see Axel, but she sees your eyes and recognizes them as you being Axel.
Does she say anything to acknowledge that, or?
She'll say, I hope things are okay with you, Axel.
I think Axel will kind of be disappointed that he didn't have his eyes changed and that he was so recognizable just from those, from Adriana. But he will look at her and say, well, I'm glad that you recognized me, even if it was just from my eyes.
There's more to a person than they look like.
That it is. That it is. Well, I hope your father has good things and plans for us, because I'm tired of being taken care of by other people.
At this moment, coming down the hallway is the netrunner who helped Adriana contact her father, the netrunner who Boris brought. So you see him coming down the hallway.
I think Natalia will speak up very quickly to the group. You left. Remember this. And then she's going to sort of like beeline for him
In her underwear.
in her underwear. And she's doing that hunched over walk, of course. Like, nothing's different. Like, she does not, like, she was in prison for years. Like, she does not give a shit about people seeing her in her underwear. And she'll greet him in Russian.
So he'll come up to you and he'll say, "Where is Boris? He promised me Eddies for coming to this shit."
Boris left. He left without you. It's a shame, really.
You left without me. Oh,
Yeah,
how am I supposed to get home? What are my Eddies? Are you gonna pay me?
how much Eddie did he promise you?
500 Eddies.
500 Eddies. It's quite steep for what?
He said it was a personal job.
Netrunners are fucking always trying to hike up prices. They think they're better than techies. And she sort of says that over her shoulder to Sig. And she'll sort of roll her eyes. The 450.
Fine.
Great.
I think Sig is as she hears you guys haggling back and forth, she's gonna come up behind you and kind of stand off a little bit, but like almost like off the side of one of your shoulders, and just kind of like listen in,
Yeah.
be a backup if she needs to, kind of situation.
450 then. It does. Actually, 425 if I'm calling you a fucking cab.
Well, I have no other way to get you home. I
That's
think
not, it's not really
I think
my
it should be
problem.
included. I think it should be 450.
That's not really my problem. The fact that you did not bring your own vehicle, really, that's just hindsight is foolishness, truly.
I came with Boris. How am I supposed to know he's gonna leave?
No, that's not my problem either. Maybe you can't necessarily trust Boris. Maybe he's an asshole. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. Listen, I was incarcerated.
Fine, tell me this cab.
Okay. And she'll look at Sig. My phone's in the room. Can you call the cab, please?
Yeah, Sig pulls out her cell and dials a number and calls up the cab company and orders him a cab. I feel like this is a number she would probably know already, having lived in Night City for so long.
Yeah, I would think Sig would know, like a personal taxi driver.
Yeah. Yeah, so she'll call a cab, and she's also going to forward that money over to him from her own personal account.
425 and not a cent more.
Not a cent more. Sorry your buddy left you. Kind of an asshole, isn't he?
I do this as a favor, this is what I get.
Doesn't always work out so well, does it?
I think Natalia wants him gone as quickly as possible and sort of like yammers him along in Russian. Like, get away. This is canon now. Natalia hates netrunners. They all think they're better than techies. That's my canon now.
All right, so this netrunner, he leaves the hotel.
Natalia gives him a very rude hand gesture. Fucking netrunners. Um, I think before they head up to the room, I think Sig will see Natalia sort of like facing her, like again, hunched shoulder. She just sort of stands oddly. She doesn't stand like she's comfortable at all.
It's tall
Um,
girl problems. I know these
you
problems
know what I mean?
very well.
She's just a long lady, and she's just awkwardly standing and like very brutish. Um, look, all is forgiven. Eh. But you're helping me with the body.
Of course. I think should get everybody upstairs. Maybe start figuring out what we're gonna do. Next steps. We got what? Just barely 24 hours before we gotta go meet with Dr. Young.
Yeah. And Natalia's gonna move. She probably should put clothes on.
I think before she walks away, Sig is gonna put a hand on Natalia's shoulder and look her in the eyes and thanks, Natalia.
Natalia will give you sort of a long stare, almost like she's just looking right into you. I do not expect you to repay this debt. But perhaps you will take it as a moment of clarity.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the position I've put you in. Hopefully I can make up for that.
All right. Situations like these are funny. The emotions and some people will say don't let emotions take over, right? Foolish. How can you not? You have to do what is in your heart. And she'll, with a finger, she'll kind of like poke you right in the chest. Next time, give me fucking warning.
Yeah. I think I can do that. Let's get this crew upstairs. And she's gonna release Natalia's shoulder and kind of turn around and look to the other three that are standing in the parking lot and just kind of do one of these. Come on, guys. Let's not stand out here too long. And she's gonna make her way back up to the room.
All right, so everybody makes their way back to the hotel room.
Yeah, Natalia's gonna put some clothes on. She like opens up her rifle case, and you'll see like just an extra, like the exact carbon copy of what she was wearing before, like a jumpsuit and a like a thermal shirt underneath. Um, the girl likes a uniform. She's got some habits.
I love this. I can see her closet in my mind.
It's all the same.
It's just
Listen.
one outfit all the way down.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, you can take the girl out of prison. You can't take the prison out of the girl.
Fair. I think when they get up to the room, Sig is gonna take a seat at like the little like table that's up there and kind of wait for everyone to file in and get comfortable.
As Colt walks through the door, he just says, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Yeah, something smells like shit if you ask me.
Hypothetically, even if I believed her, it could still be a trap. She could be telling the truth.
I mean, she's gonna glance over at Adriana. I don't think she's lying. Can I do a roll to see like how I truly feel there? Human perception, I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see here. Against
That's a 19.
against her cool. All right, so you've figured like she's been pretty forthcoming with you throughout your journey, so there wouldn't be any reason for why she'd be lying at this particular moment.
Right. Yeah, no. You see me kind of focus on her face for a minute. And you've definitely seen this from me before. You've definitely watched me read people before. Nah. She's not lying. Now, whether Daddy Young is lying or not, that's another question. Some pretty ominous words used there. Take care of everybody. Adriana, how exactly do you think your father's gonna take care of us?
He's always been generous, to me at least. I would assume he would show the same courtesy.
Yeah, well, we're not his sweet little baby girl now, are we? We're just some group of thugs getting you across the country. But I hope you're right. I don't necessarily think you are. But maybe for the, I don't know, peace of mind for my companions. And she kind of looks around the room at everybody. I have a little hope that you're right.
I think Axel will think back to when we first started this mission, and it was her father that was the one wanting her across the country, right? If he's calling us back in from the beginning. And he'll Axel will look at Sig and be like, I don't think he would have shipped her all the way across this country with so much going on and not taking care of us very well. I think we might be able to trust him.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. After all the work we've done, after sticking our fucking necks out for all these weeks.
Colt takes a long, angry drag off his cigarette, and then just kind of lets the smoke sputter out. And he says, "Well, it's not like we have any other options, anyway."
Yeah. Kind of stuck between a hard place and a rock, aren't we?
Seems like our lot in life, doesn't it?
I guess you just deal with the cards you're dealt. All just sounds fishy, though. I don't know. Sorry, Adriana, I can't say that I necessarily trust your father. No matter how good he is to you, I'm still a fucking stranger to him. We're all still fucking strangers to him. Names on a sheet of paper that someone found and said we'd be good for this. Sometimes you gotta question why they think we were good for this. We disposable? Or are we really just the best?
It's hard to say. My father kept most of his business life away from me.
Um, can I roll to see how Adriana feels about the way this conversation's going about her and her father?
Yeah, go ahead and human perception will go against her cool. All right. You can tell from her body language that she's feeling a bit uncomfortable about how things are happening right now.
I think Axel, noticing that Adriana's feeling a little uncomfortable, will walk up to her, um, put his arm around her shoulder, and uh, Adriana, why don't we go for a little walk and get some fresh air? I think that'd be good.
Yeah, that should be good. Then Adriana will stand up and head out the door.
And Axel will follow behind her.
So you take you take Adriana to the south to the nearby dock area where much of it has been abandoned. You see Adriana, she walks up to the water and she sits down and lets her feet dangle over the edge. It's crazy to think that our journey's almost over. What I thought would be an easy airship ride has turned out to be a life-changing event. I don't know what my father has in store for me when I return, but I hope he lets me to continue to live freely.
Yeah, this has been a wild ride. It was supposed to be a simple ride over to Night City. No one was supposed to get hurt. I'm sorry you had to witness and experience all of these events. And I hope you're doing okay. I'm sure your father would like to listen to your wishes to live freely and to not be a prisoner in a lab anymore. You deserve it, especially after all you've gone through.
Axel, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Axel's never really been asked this question before, so he takes a minute to think. Well, I always wanted to visit Europe. Maybe get to see France or Italy or England. What about you, Adriana? I know that this outside experience of outside of the lab you've had, but there has to be some place you've had in mind, maybe you've read or wanted to visit.
I've always wanted to go to Paris. I've read in books about the architecture, sounds, the people. It all feels so beautiful.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about Paris. It's a very beautiful city. It's nice architecture, great buildings, great history. I think you would really enjoy spending some time there and getting away from all of this.
I'll ask my father when we have time if he'll take me there. I'm sure he will.
Well, I tell you what, Adriana, if your father doesn't want to take you, perhaps I can.
Really, Axel?
Yeah, it's the least I can do for all I've put you through and what everybody else has done. Get you out and to see the world.
I'd really like that.
I'd like that too. Be nice to get a fresh start. Not have to worry about looking over my shoulder anymore.
We will jump back to Sig, Colt, and Natalia.
I think Natalia will sort of look at Sig and say, time to repay some of that debt.
Yeah. Probably should do something about that body in the trunk then, eh?
Yeah. I would normally cut up the body, then deal with it that way, but I think water with something heavy, like a rock. Like a really big rock.
Yeah. I mean, we're in industrial area. Maybe we can get in the car, drive around, find some cinder blocks laying around somewhere.
Yeah. A few. I think Boris is sort of a heavy boy. He's
Plenty of-
long.
They have abandoned docks around here. What do you guys think about Axel?
Listen, if I smell more Thai food, I'm going to be very suspicious.
You know what, Natalia? When all is said and done, I'm taking you for Thai. How about that?
Don't think I want Thai food anymore. I think that I just wanted to stop smelling like Thai food.
She kind of, like, Sig looks up and smirks at Colt and shakes her head. Yeah,
He just takes a long drag off the cigarette.
no Thai food. Gotcha. All right.
Do I catch this? Do I catch this little smirk?
If you were looking at her, I don't think she was trying to hide it.
God, everybody's fucking Christ!
Feeling a little left out, Natalia?
I'm in prison!
That's fair. You don't have any handsome Russian man waiting for you back home. Or woman, I mean...
Yeah. Do I look like the kind of woman that keeps a lover? I'm more of a casual encounter in a dark nightclub kind of gal. That is romance to me. And even romance seems sort of repulsive altogether, but like just a quickie is good. I don't want this like back and forth, this little cheeky little smiling and romance and kisses. That's
Fair enough.
honestly, if I can. I mean, the laptop, that's good enough, really.
Good to know.
Anyway.
And I feel like in Sig's mind, she's like, wonder what that Google search history looks like.
You don't want to know. It's highly specific.
Colt is just kind of smirking and nodding along. Like, yeah, she's right.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's
Get in
go
this car.
take care of a Russian body. You'll sound
All right.
religious.
So the three of you head downstairs into the parking lot. You want to search around here for anything to weigh down, Boris? Or do you want to wait?
Yeah, I think we could give a look around here.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you said this area is basically an industrial area, so...
Right. All right, will you go ahead and roll me a... What would it be? I am still not too familiar with the
I think it would be
skills.
awareness, maybe?
Yeah, do awareness.
Do you want
Thanks.
all of us to roll?
Whoever would be looking around for them.
Natalia would. I think Natalia and Sig.
Sig certainly would.
Okay.
Together. We rolled together.
Here we go.
Wow.
Oh, holy
Oh.
shit.
I'm very aware.
Super aware, dude. You can
I'm
fucking hear your hair growing right now.
I can see through time and space. Who needs Google searches when you're that aware?
So nearby, you find a building under construction, and they just so happen to have a pile of cinder blocks and like ropes that you tie to like lift them up.
Yeah.
You see those lying around.
I think I find every cinder block in the fucking city.
Do you notify like me or Colt while I'm looking around?
Yeah, so what she's gonna do is she's gonna sort of she does that and she's gonna do that at Colt. Pick him up.
He pops a trunk and throws him over his shoulder. Lit cigarette hanging from his mouth.
Put all of the cinder blocks in that trunk. All of them. As many as your fragile male body can handle.
And Colt will fill the trunk with cinder blocks.
Yeah, Sig's got real shit numbers on the body aspect of things. So she's just like, she's in the front seat of the car, like getting kind of ready to get everyone going. She has no business carrying any cinder blocks.
Duro, can I have something for the sake of flavor?
Yeah.
It's not anything game breaking. It's just a little thing. I think that while Colt is doing this, you're going to see Natalia put on a balaclava.
You could have taken the one from Boris.
I took the one from Boris actually and put on the balaclava.
Nice.
And she's just going to get in the front seat, the passenger seat next to Sig. Does Sig give her a look?
Yeah, Sig's just kind of like,
What the fuck?
you feel better?
Yeah. Actually, I feel more like myself, actually.
I mean, you're giving a very strong Russian vibe, so
I would fucking hope so.
yeah.
She's gonna light up a cigarette.
Sig joins you in this.
I feel like for the first time you see Natalia actually smiling, like, oh, I feel cozy.
She's got the mask on, and it's just like her lips. And it's the first smile I see.
Yeah. You know that feeling when you put an Udi on for the first time? That's what Natalia looks like. Like,
You look cozy?
I feel very comforted at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like being back in the womb.
Maybe sometime we'll get you a tracksuit to go with it.
I have a tracksuit. It's just back in my home. It is Adidas.
It's what?
Adidas.
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 Yeah. She like looks out the window at Colt. You about done back there?
Are the lights of the car on? The headlights?
No, she doesn't even have the engine on yet. She's kind of waiting.
Okay, then he's standing by the car with the body slung over his shoulder, cinder block in the other hand, and a lit cigarette in his mouth. And he's like, kind of shrugging. Want me to tie this guy down? What do you want to do here?
No, don't. I already took care of it. He should already be wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's already in the trunk. You're just putting the cinder blocks in the trunk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he did not understand Natalia. Don't move the body. I know it's sometimes hard to understand me.
So Colt's going to fill the rest of the trunk with cinder blocks.
Yeah. Excellent.
I think as she sees you like putting like the last one, and she fires up the engine of the vehicle.
All right. So the three of you head over to the dock. Axel, as you're having this heartfelt moment with Adriana, you hear the sound of a vehicle pulling up, just a few docks away from you. And you turn to see what it is, and it's the familiar car which you had stolen not too long ago on your way to Night City. And you see three people hop out, one wearing a balaclava.
I have more flavor.
Okay, go ahead.
Third, I think Natalia made Sig put Russian hard bass on.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be as loud as possible going to the
No,
dock.
it's not loud. It's moderate levels of volume. But Natalia she feels at home right now. She's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Do I see them when I pull up?
So it's dark out. So, well, you have.
I have low light and I have infrared.
Yeah, you would see two people on the dock nearby.
I think not knowing instantly who it is, Sig would look to Natalia and kind of nod that way. Like we might have a audience for this.
You got your gun?
Always.
We've got enough bricks for another drop. Just be quick.
Yeah.
She's gonna get out.
I imagine Sig backed the car up into like against the dock and like instantly popped the trunk.
My infrared goggles aren't going to give me other than just infrared. So, I think she's just going to shrug and say, fuck it, let's just do this as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of Natalia's mindset at this point.
Yeah, let's get it knocked out and maybe we'll pass by on our way back.
So, just from Axel's perspective, he recognizes the car, right?
Yes.
And can he make out the figures getting out of the car or not? With it being dark out.
So the only light would be from the headlights.
Which she would have cut those off as soon as they stopped the car, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't want to, obviously they're dumping a body. I don't even know if she would have drove to the dock with the headlights on, to be totally honest, if she didn't need to, because she has low light.
That's a good point.
Yeah, she would have been trying to be, even though they're in this like, you know, rundown industrial park kind of area, I think her solo training would still be kicked into full bore, and she wouldn't turn headlights on. She would probably try to be as quiet as possible, back the car up to the dock so they can open the trunk and basically toss the body into the water.
But there is Russian hard base at an appropriate level for disposing of a body.
Yeah, it's not loud or anything.
Axel also has infrared, so he can at least see there's figures walking around, and the body wouldn't have heat signature. The dead body wouldn't have heat signature anymore, would it? Of any kind at this
I
point?
feel like it would have some. I don't think
A little bit,
because
yeah.
she wrapped it in plastic and basically put it in a trunk like right away. I think it would take some time for it to hit.
I agree.
Like
I don't have to
drop in
Google
half.
that.
Aren't we?
So-
We're submerging the vehicle, though, right? That's what the cinder blocks were for.
No.
No, we're dumping the body.
I'm putting cinder blocks in the plastic with Boris, and then I'm going to drop the body into the water. We need the car. Jeez, Colt.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I guess
Axel,
Axel can vaguely figure out what's going on from the context clues. And does Adriana notice or hear that the car or look that direction at all?
she hears the car, but she doesn't have, eye augmentation, so she can't see what's going on over there.
I'll do my best to try to keep her focused in the opposite direction of what's going on that way.
And she'll say, "Oh, looks like someone has joined us."
Yeah, seems to be a casual spot for people to come get some fresh air.
That's what we're doing.
Do
Yeah.
we hear their voices at all?
Do you have ear augmentations?
I think I just
Very-
have the wear, man. Let me double check though. But I don't.
If you do, you'll be able to.
I do have cyber audio.
Okay, you can hear them
Ooh.
talking. You definitely hear their voices.
I'm just gonna whisper to Sig. I think they're going to fuck.
Who?
I think so. Hey, Gianna, it's them right there. Look,
Oh.
It's romantic.
I thought that was someone stranger. So, well, I guess it's good that it's them. We don't have to be so secretive over here.
Yeah, but
You think they're gonna fuck?
I think they might fuck. I don't know. I thought who's to say they're in the romantic area. I would find this somewhat romantic. It's like steaming like gross water.
You smell like hot trash on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget
know-
what I said about not having a romance. This is it, man.
I know that I may be a little ignorant in this department, but she's a machine and a clone. Does she have? Do you think the parts are there?
There's only one way to find out.
You know, I'm more of a into men kind of thing. Oh, you mean if they fuck?
Yeah, if it smells like Thai food.
Why Thai food?
That's what fucking smells like. Next time you have sex, it's gonna smell like Thai food. That every time I have sex, it smells like Thai food.
Maybe that's not a good thing. I don't. She's just like lost for words. Just
I don't know.
okay.
Do you want to be my friend or not? These are just things that you just have to know.
Yeah, no, we are definitely friends at this point. I guess you just learn something new every day, don't you?
Listen, you find out a lot of things in prison.
Yes, in prison, so much.
Anyway, let's
Right.
dump this body and get out of here so they can fuck.
Do you think maybe we should pick them up on our way back? I would hate to dump a body and maybe there was someone watching and then they're sitting there and
I can go ask.
yeah, go. You're really interested in this situation and I'm really interested in this situation and I think that you should go ask and I can hang out with Colt while he dumps the body.
And I see.
No. You see nothing.
No, I see. Natalia sees all. I am
You
the
see
detective
her
girl.
face is just like getting redder and redder.
Why is your face so hot?
I feel like being next to the water has got me. I'm thinking about things that it's fine. I feel fine. I feel you should go ask them.
I'm gonna go ask them.
Yeah.
And just for context, Axel, you see Natalia stalking towards you, like lurch with a balaclava on.
As Axel sees this lurched over Natalia coming this way, I'll lean over to Adriana and I think we have company.
Well, who is it?
It looks like it's Natalia.
Oh, okay. We can invite her. Maybe she wants to hang out with us.
Oh,
Maybe she
maybe.
wants to smell like Thai food.
You got a double wink.
I think back at the car, Sig is just looking at Colt, and her face is just like 9 shades of red, and she very quickly kind of says to him, "So should we just do the thing? Just drop it right in, right?"
Colt's been like leaning to the side, smoking around the corner, the back of the car to kind of catch every other word between Natalia and Sig. And he's like, "We're getting Thai food after this." And he's been stacking the cinder blocks on the ground behind the car.
Yeah, sure. I mean, maybe we can order some Thai food to the room. I don't know if Natalia likes Thai food anymore. I think maybe we should just you grab some rope, right? I can help you tie the body to the blocks. I don't know how good I'm gonna be at pushing it in, but maybe if we just shove it off the dock together with the blocks, it should be fine, right?
He roughly drops the corpse onto the ground. So I don't know about you, but I could eat. And then he starts wrapping the body with the cinder blocks.
She's just like, it's Sig getting embarrassed is not a very common thing, and she just doesn't even know, like, her stomach is doing flips at this point, and she just comes up and like very quietly starts busying herself with helping you tie the rope around the cinder blocks into Boris's body. And yeah.
I think Natalia is approaching Axel and Adriana at this point.
As Natalia gets closer, Axel will turn to face Natalia and, "Oh, hello, Natalia."
She's sniffing. Doesn't smell like Thai food yet.
Oh, is it supposed to smell like Thai food at the docks?
No, not necessarily. What are you guys doing?
Oh, we're just getting some fresh air.
Alone in the dark?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
What?
want us to pick you guys up after we're done with what we're doing?
Yeah, speaking of, what is going on?
We're disposing of Boris's body.
And you chose the docks that we were at to do this?
I didn't know you were at the docks.
Fair point.
That's your problem, really.
I don't see how that's my problem.
Yeah.
Are you guys done? Or
I'm
do we
gonna
need to
look
go
over.
help them?
How's it going over there? I looked over. I think they're okay. But I'm here to investigate whether you do or do not want to ride back.
Yeah, we would definitely like to catch that ride back.
Okay. Anyway, I think she's gonna sort of narrow her eyes at Adriana, and like there is a question on the tip of her tongue. Yeah, I don't know the word for it in English. Anyway, have a good night, I guess. And she's just gonna saunter back, or stomp back. She's kind of chickened out. She wanna ask.
Okay, we'll see you when you get back.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think as you're approaching us, like we're kind of finishing tying those last knots and getting ready to shove him into the water, the Boris's body.
Okay. So there's a good way of doing this and then a satisfying way of doing this. Would you like to know which one?
I would love to know a satisfying way.
Okay, no problem. And Natalia will kind of like walk up with like her boot on Boris's back. So you put your boot there, and she'll wait for Sig to copy.
Sig copies. Okay.
And then you think about all of your hate for this man, and I'm pretty whatever about Boris, I guess at this point. But if you, I feel like you still have some residual hate, of course. And then you take all of the hate and you just kick as hard as you can.
I like this way.
Yeah,
she
okay.
kind of leans forward and looks over at Colt. Would you like to join us?
Yeah, it's been a while since I kicked the corpse.
Okay, flat of your boot, just like so. And Natalia's gonna sort of like lean or rear her leg back and count down from 3 to 1, but she does it in Russian.
So Colt just stands there looking at her even after she's done counting.
Well, she's
Waiting
got
for
her
the next
fingers.
number.
She'll have her fingers up. And then she'll at 1, she's kicking.
Yeah. Sig
Alright,
is
we all
joining with the
chicken.
kicking. Lots of kicking.
Colt gives a shove.
As the body splash in the water, referee.
Are we strong enough, referee?
Yes. The three of you are able to push Boris into the water, and the cinder blocks, fall in right after him. And then he falls straight to the bottom.
I think
Natal-
Sig stands there for a minute and watches the series happen and is watching that like plastic kind of sink down in the water and the last little bubbles of air kind of surfacing from it, and he just takes like a long, just big sigh of relief. Like it's done now. That chapter is closed. Kind of put a pin in it for her.
I think you'll see a cigarette that's already lit offered to you.
She takes it, takes a
Natalia's-
nice long drag off of it.
Natalia's got one in her lip. She does not offer one to Colt. Sorry.
She doesn't want to smell like Thai food.
No. I fucking hate Thai food. But yeah, she'll look over at you, Sig, and say, now. Let's go pick up our lovebirds.
Smell any Thai food over there?
No, oddly not. I was going to ask about the, undercarriage. I couldn't think of the word in English.
Oh, her cunt.
Cunt. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I remember that.
I would have hated to miss that question anyways.
That'd be awful, wouldn't
It
it?
would
I
have
feel
been
like
horrible.
you would enjoy it. Yeah, you know what? I think that's perhaps maybe I think perhaps maybe we leave it alone though. Maybe let them have their little romance. But
Yeah.
c'est la vie, as the fucking French say.
I think we can give them that. It's fair. It's been a rough journey. And Sig is gonna pop back into the car and kick the engine back on.
I think you'll see Natalia pull the balaclava over her face, and it's kind of just like sitting there, like that, like a beanie almost, and she's just kind of smoking her cigarette. Well, let's go pick up these kids.
Yeah.
All right, so you drive the car over to Axel and Adriana and just stop a few feet away from them.
She is bumping hard bass at this point, and she's gonna sort of like hang out the window. Are you two ready yet? Or are you two still, making romance?
Axel will turn Adriana, and I guess our ride's here.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
And we'll walk over to the car, and I'll let Adriana in, and I'll take the outside seat in the back.
Okay, everybody's in the car.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out. And Sig's gonna take them back to the hotel.
All right, so you pull up into the parking lot. You park your car just outside the entrance to your hotel.
Yeah, I think Sig's just gonna go like straight up to the room, kick the car off, head up.
Yeah, Natalia's doing the same.
Yeah, same for Colt.
All right,
Yep.
so you'll hop out, head up the stairs, and you're you leave inside the hotel. At this point, it's about 1 o'clock, one or two, and at night.
Oh,
It's been a bit of a long day.
Is there any liquor in the room?
There is a fridge with some, alcoholic beverages, not necessarily liquor.
Colt's gonna get some alcoholic beverages then.
Okay.
Throw his feet up on the table, kick back, smoke, and drink. It just let the day melt away.
Axel's getting a little hungry at this moment, and does anybody think a Thai place is open right now?
I think Sig pulls out her cell phone and just kind of like pushes it across the table at him.
fucking hate Thai food.
Beat. And yeah, don't let Natalia smell your Thai food. She's probably gonna be pissed about it. Look, I know we got a lot to go over, a lot to think about, but I think maybe tonight we should get some rest. But feel free, Axel, if you want to order yourself some food. There's the phone.
I think Axel will order some food and ask Adriana if she wants anything to eat.
I think I'll turn in for the night.
Alright, Axel will just order the food, and if he's the only one awake when it arrives, he'll eat quietly. Um, he still has acid barrels in the back of his mind for some reason. And after he gets done eating, he'll turn in somewhere in a corner or something.
Yeah, Colt doesn't go to sleep until after Axel's done eating, and he's awkwardly watching you eat while he smokes and drinks, just in dead silence.
Axel would offer you some if you wanted any. Do you want some, Colt? You hungry?
He doesn't respond to anything. You're not even sure if he's awake.
Okay. But yeah, if he doesn't notice, then I'll just, finish my food and then lay down somewhere.
All right, so everybody is decided to go to sleep for the night. And, it's around 8 o'clock. Anybody up? 8 o'clock?
In the morning? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sig's definitely up. She's of this group usually the first to rise. And the first thing she does, she kind of sees like everybody's bodies like scattered around the room, sleeping in whatever positions they're in. And I would like to think that she probably slept at that chair with her head just down on the table all night. And she gets up and she's gonna go flick on the TV and she turns it up to a considerable degree, almost like a morning wake-up call for everybody. And she sits back down, just kind of watching, checking out what's on the news this morning.
So, what you see on the news is you, Sig, or you, Colt, Axel, and Mimi are still front page news. You see yourselves, you see your picture still being plastered all over the news.
I think when you guys start to wake up, you see Sig sitting at the table, and she's got her guns out, and she's kind of going through her like daily routine of checking them, cleaning them, but she's occasionally like looking up to the screen and catching glimpses of her face on the television, and she smiles and goes back to what she's doing at the table.
Colt's in the fridge. He's got another beer. He cracks it and he just says, "Gotta be 9 a.m. somewhere, right?" Sits back at the table, continues smoking for breakfast.
Guess so. Actually, wouldn't mind one of those this morning.
Slides a soft pack over. Looks real familiar.
No. That beer. Is beer in the fridge?
He takes a pull off of his, sets it down, reaches in, grabs another, cracks it for you.
As you're grabbing another, she's just taking yours and drinking it.
And he just keeps that one.
Well, I guess we're going to be racking up some room charges here.
You only live once. And then he cheers your beer with his.
She reciprocates that, takes a nice healthy swig out of the bottle. Kind of looks around to the rest of the room. Is anyone else getting up at this point?
Yeah, I think Natalia's gonna get up, and she's sort of just like from the dead. I think she's probably taken the bed.
Does she sleep like this at night?
Like this with her gun.
Oh yeah, with the barrel in her throat.
Yeah, literally, yeah. And she like doesn't let go of the gun when she sits up. She's just like, "I'm awake now.
What a
Good
treat.
morning." And sort of like looks at the two of you. A little early for that, isn't it?
Maybe if we were normally functioning human beings, it would be, but considering the shit I've been through lately, I think it's well earned. More in the fridge if you want to join along. Got a lot of discussing to do today anyways.
I got a lot of with beer. I don't like the way it makes me feel. It makes me slow and sleepy. Vodka, however, if there's vodka.
Is there any of the like little airplane bottles of liquor?
Yeah, there's those. Yeah, those little
How
ones.
many?
4.
She takes all 4.
Sig looks at her and just, I'm not paying for that.
I'm not either.
As long as we're on the same page.
Leave it with those two. She'll like sort of nod over to Axel and Adriana.
Adriana's up at this point as well.
Axel will just be getting up very groggily since he went to bed the latest, it seemed. Already with the news this morning?
What, you don't like seeing your face up there? It's not like it's your face anymore anyways.
You got that right. But still, it's the same old, same old. Anything new?
You don't get a little sentimental looking at it?
Not really. Not anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's anything new, but what we should be doing is focusing on our little situation. I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to be pretty prepared going into this scenario where we're meeting Dr. Young.
Yeah, I don't like going places I haven't been before, or if I don't have a layout.
Oh, maybe
like
we should get to
surprises.
know it then. So, Adriana, got an address for this spot? Know where we're going?
Chatworth Tower, top floor.
You know anything about it?
I've been there a few times. There's guards there. My father, he owns a helicopter.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, if after we've met him, maybe I could ask if he'll take us for a ride over the city.
Wouldn't that be sweet? She's gonna look over to Natalia. Any way of finding plans on this Chatworth Tower?
I think you'll find Natalia already opening her laptop with like one of the airplane bottles between her lips, and she just sort of knocks it back by tilting her head back as she's like typing along, and then like spits it out across the room. And she's tippy tappying, man.
Tippy tapping.
Hacker man.
All right. Well, if Daddy's got a helicopter, then any of you chooms know how to drive a helicopter?
Do you need it landed?
I mean, if worse comes to worse, we might need to know our way around it. Just saying. Just a thought.
More of a motorcycle kind of girl, but certainly if maybe there's a chip.
Yeah. I mean, we're in Night City. The world's our oyster, right? What are Ripper Docs for? They'll likely have a chip. The kind of chip we need. I've still got a little under $5,000 in eddies on me. We pull our money together, we can get what we need for today.
They've done anything else other than the chip.
I think once we get a look inside this penthouse, maybe we'll know a little bit more of what we might need.
One moment. And she sort of like bears down on the computer and is like really kind of researching. Do I pull anything up?
Yes, you pull up the blueprints for the building because it's on the city records. The place is quite large. It encompasses the entire 25th floor. There are 5 bedrooms, a large living room, and a large balcony on the outside. The only way to get from the helicopter is to go out the stairs in the hallway.
All right. Natalia will relay that to the rest of the group and sort of like turn the computer so everybody can take a look.
I think while you were like typing in information and looking everything up, Sig has gone into one of the drawers at like an end table and found like the classic like hotel pad of paper and pen, and she's kind of like got her arm wrapped around it and she's writing some stuff down. She just kind of like glances up and soaks the information in and then just like, goes back to writing some notes.
Wouldn't hurt probably to have some explosives. Something with a good charge to it.
Explosives? Why would we need explosives?
In case anything stops us. I don't trust you, and I don't trust your father.
Fair point.
Hopefully we won't need the explosives, but just in case.
Sort of my bag, you know. I like to blow up corporate buildings.
Sick glances between Natalia and Adriana. Got any info on there on the security situation? I know, Adriana, your daddy said that we'd be taken care of. Did he tell you anything in detail, or?
Well, from my experience from staying there, the tower itself is guarded by an outside company. There's usually around 10 security guards, but that's for the entire building. They don't really like to keep things out in the open, seeing as how, this is where people live. They like to be discreet. So it's me that he's waiting for. I'm sure whatever security there's, they'll let us through.
Yeah. I mean, your face is all over the news. I think they're gonna recognize who you are, and that your daddy lives upstairs. All right. She kind of sits back and rips the page off that she's been writing on. Hal, you mind if I have a word with you outside for a minute?
You'll get one singular nod from her. She's gonna pick or sit up and then grab her rifle bag and walk outside.
Once they're outside and they're away from the rest of the group, she's gonna hand over the list that she just wrote. Think you can pick me up a few things today. Obviously, Colt and I can't go out and get what we need. We can stay here with the girl. Little shopping list.
I think she'll look at the list and you will see sort of a knit of the brows. All right, no problem.
Maybe keep that list between us.
No problem.
Yeah. A little project later. But I just don't want the others to feel unsettled. I think we need to make sure we've got a fail-safe, right?
I think she'll lean in close to you. So much so that you could smell the vodka and cigarettes on her breath. You can trust me.
Thanks. That means a lot.
No problem.
All right. She's gonna walk around Natalia and back into the room. She's gonna look at Axel when she comes in. You want to go on a shopping trip with Natalia today?
Sure. Be nice
Seeing
to
as
get
you
out.
got a nice fancy new face. You guys are the only ones that can go out. At least during the day. Might be smarter for me and Colt to stick back with the girl. She's gonna look over to Colt. Got any special orders from the outside world? Anything you need there, bud?
I think I'm good. Oh, more cigarettes.
Yeah, we can always use more of those.
Think I can get those? Is Natalia leaving now? Should I follow her? Didn't see she came back in.
Yeah. Here, and she reaches in her jacket and kind of tosses him the keys.
He catches them. All right.
You two have fun. Don't take her to any Thai restaurants. Maybe, like, don't even bring up Thai food around her. I think it's starting to get to her.
Oh, I didn't know. I'll keep that in mind. And Axel will walk out the door and head down the hall and out. Looking for Natalia.
You will find. I can find my mouse again. You will find Natalia is getting ready to get in the car, and she's like kind of like putting her rifle in the back seat.
Axel will walk up and, well, I guess we're going shopping together.
Did he announce himself on his like walk up, or is he just coming up behind her and saying that?
Just coming up behind her and saying it.
I think Natalia's gonna sort of when you come
Whoa.
up behind her. Don't come up behind me! Don't sneak up behind me, I don't like it.
I didn't think I was sneaking.
You're very soft-footed,
I thought you were very aware.
like a little ballerina. Put the bell on you. Anyway. If you're coming with me, though, you have to listen to my music, though.
That's fine.
Okay, fine.
But I'm driving.
No.
Yes.
No.
Your music, I drive.
Niet.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Niet.
Not wanting to piss off a Russian, he'll just hand over the keys.
Very good. That's a wise decision for you. I shall get in the car.
Axel will take the passenger seat.
Don't forget to buckle up! And she, like, cranks the music as loud as it'll go.
Okay, so Natalia, you would know that just a few weeks ago, your prison buddy Ivan was just released. He is a well-known weapons trafficker. He's just got off of parole on a technicality, so you could go over to him.
Is he cute? What's his comeliness?
We'll go with 16.
Wow, he's pretty cute. Oh, shit. Alright, I think Natalia's gonna go straight there. And she's going to look at, once she, like, pulls up, she'll look at Axel and say, stay in the car or don't. I don't really care. Don't come up with me.
All right. Axel will wait in the car and just be a lookout.
All right, so you arrive at Ivan's nondescript warehouse, where you see a single Russian man standing outside the door to get in.
Is this Ivan or is this just a guy?
It's his bodyguard, essentially.
I think she's gonna walk up and greet this bodyguard.
What business do you have with us today?
I'm here to see my friend Ivan. Tell him Natalia the zeitgeist is here.
You see him push on his little ear microphone and just whispers into it. And then he says, Ivan wishes to speak with you.
I bet he does. She has her rifle with her, just so you know, Dur. And she walks in.
Yeah, he opens the door for you and you walk in. And inside you see a full warehouse of weapons, weapon crates, shipping crates, which you could assume are just full of weapons. And you see off in the distance a upper office room, and in the window, you see who could only be your friend Ivan.
I think she's just gonna march right up there.
Okay, so you climb up the little stairwell and open the flimsy door. And standing, overviewing all his production, you see Ivan. And he turns to look at you as you enter.
Old friend.
Natalia, such a surprise to see you.
I could say the same for you. I thought you had more time.
No, I caught someone else, and we planted a few extra surprises for them. And during a separate trial, they found that I was not liable for the damages which I had caused. So they let me free.
I feel like you might be a liar, but I like this regardless. You're very fortuitous to be here.
Of course, must always be booming here. Now, what can I help you with today?
I have a list. Don't look at it too hard. Don't say it out loud. I would like to keep this a little bit private between the two of us.
A list, of course. I will have my men gather those things for you at this moment.
And the damages. What do I owe you?
Well, friends, let's just say we call it even.
This is a good answer from you, Ivan. Will you be in the city long?
Yes, as long as the cops don't find me, I will be here.
Perhaps we see each other again soon.
Yes, I will make sure the man out front knows who you are, and you can come and go freely.
Outstanding. The dismay of Russia, really. I don't really like those bodyguard types. Especially outside of warehouses of friends that I certainly would like access to. I'll have much work for you, I'm sure.
Of course, I hope to see you again soon. We will have those items for you on your way out.
Excellent. I think she'll sort of toss Ivan a wink on the way out.
Thai food?
Sniffing. Sniffing. You smell that Thai food. And she'll go down the stairs after shutting the door behind her, and she'll collect. I'm assuming this will be a bag given to her.
Yeah, it's a big, heavy, like metal box, I guess.
Yeah, like
The
an
stuff
ammo
will be
box.
heavy inside. Yeah,
Yeah,
ammo box. Yep.
I think Natalia's strong enough to carry this, or will she need help?
Italia's strong enough.
Okay, she's very strong, very beefy lady. And she'll exit the warehouse quickly, and sort of over at Axel. Pop the trunk.
Axel leans over the seat and pops the trunk open.
As quickly as she can, she will drop the packages or the box in the trunk and slam it closed and head back around to the driver's seat. Did you change my music?
I didn't touch the radio.
Okay, good. All right. Was that everything that was on that list? Excellent.
Yes, very convenient.
All right. She will sit back in the seat for a second and look at Axel and say, "Right. What else do we need? I'm complete with my list of shopping accoutrements."
Okay, I do believe we need to do some chipping for some piloting of helicopter.
Right. We need a chip. All right. No problem. I know. I'm assuming where I can get this. Just a ripper doc.
Yes, you'll go to a Ripper Doc who they sell these sort of things pretty freely.
Axel, do you know any ripper docs in the city?
Nope. Sure don't.
Damn.
Not anymore.
Been a while since I've found the one here. They're right, no problem. And she's gonna just sort of cruise around until she sees something.
You find just Ripper Doc shop. It just says Ripper Doc 24/7 on the sign. So
That's how you know
can-
it's reliable.
You just drive around the South Night City and you find this a shop there.
Okay. Natalia will stop and she'll look at Valis. Valis? No, she won't. She'll look at Axel. All right, I did my side of it. You go inside.
All right, all right. And Axel will get out the car, head into the Ripper Dock. Does
All
this
right.
place vaguely look like the other?
They'll
Like-
pretty much look the same. They'll do the same. It'll remind you, yes, heavily of what happened.
And deja vu sets in as Axel walks into the Ripper Dock.
And you see a young lady behind this desk, and she seems to just be like counting money at the moment.
Axel will walk up to the desk. Excuse me, miss?
Yes, how can we help you today?
I'm looking to see if you have a chip to pilot a helicopter.
That's a very, very fine. Luckily, we just so happen to have such a thing.
Uh,
Will be 300 eddies.
300 eddies? Okay, it sounds reasonable. Let me get that at the highest level. Is that the highest level?
We have up to expert helicopter flying.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let me get that.
Okay, that would be 900 eddies actually.
900? Okay. He'll put his chip over to scan the eddies out.
All right, she takes your eddies and she hands over this helicopter chip.
Axel loves making bad decisions. Do you also do like tattoos?
Yes. Everything you had in mind?
Yes. I just want 4 letters on my shoulder.
Okay. What letters do you want?
I want SCAM. Scam.
Okay, we can have that right up to you. Just take a seat. It'll just be a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good. And Axel will find a seat.
All right, and you wait there for a few minutes, and then the Ripper Doc calls you over.
Alright, Axel moseys on over to the chair. Deja vu. Sits down with opposite direction to where his back is up and his stomach is into the chair. And his shirt off.
The Ripper Doc looks at the little piece of paper he was given. You wish to have scam written on your shoulders?
Yes. Can make it a little fancy looking if you need to. But yeah, it needs just to say the word scam.
He places down the little note and he picks up his tattoo. I forgot what they're called. Little
Tattoo gun?
tattoo gun. Yeah, thank you. Picks up the tattoo gun and begins to write scam on your back.
Oof. Axel winces a little bit, considering this is his first tattoo. But otherwise bears through it.
After about half an hour, he's puts it down, tattoo gun, says, seems to be all done. You should just pay up front.
All right, thank you very much. And Axel puts his shirt back on, walks to the front, and I assume this lady's still sitting behind their desk.
She looks at you and says, that'll be 100 eddies for the tattoo.
Again, he'll slide his chip over to have it scanned out.
Okay, and you're good to go.
All right, and Axel will walk out of the river dock with no incidents.
Okay. Natalia, you would have noticed that this took way longer than it should have.
Yeah,
so-
she's pissed. Natalia's really pissed, and she's like mean mugging the door, like motherfucker. This is
As
the exact face you're being greeted with. Just
As Axel walks up to the car, he opens the door and gets in and looks over and goes, "It took him a while to find the chip. I can't help that."
I could kill you in 9 different ways right now. You do know that, right?
Yes, that's why I'm not trying to bullshit you.
I feel like you're bullshitting me. Is he bullshitting me? Can I check to see if he's bullshitting me?
Yes. Go ahead and roll your human perception against Axel's cool.
I fumbled. Great.
I don't believe there's any fumble.
It says fumble there.
I know.
Okay.
I don't think there's an actual fumble for that, though.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I would use an advantage on this if I.
No, there's no fumble for it. That's
Okay.
pretty good. Axel, did you roll for me?
yeah, did it come through? For
10.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you think he's at least not necessarily telling the truth, but you don't assume that he's lying to you.
Natalia just sort of like looks back. Anything else while we're out? I want to get back quickly.
We need SIGs for SIG in Colt.
Oh, I was going to say we have a SIG.
Yeah, no, the smokes.
Oh, a cigarette.
The cigarettes, yes.
Yeah, like, oh, you can roll your R's. I see, that's very good. Anyway, and she just starts driving. Do you want to wear a balaclava?
Sure.
Okay.
So you drive around, and luckily, off the side of the road on the sidewalk, you see a cigarette vending machine.
Amazing.
Nice.
I'll do it this time since you take so long to do things. Christ almighty. I think she'll get out and go ahead and just buy like as many cigarettes as her little hands can carry, like 5 packs.
As Natalia gets out, under his breath, Axel's gonna be like, "I hope it fucking takes forever."
Except for she has the fucking cybernetic hearing.
You see Natalia slowly turn around to you.
Yeah, I don't know that she can hear me.
I think from the look on her face, you can probably make an assumption.
I think Axel would just smile and wave.
I will kill you. Do I get the cigarettes easily?
Yes.
Okay. Natalia will kind of just stuff them in her pockets and then get back in the car. You've lost balaclava privileges. Give it back, huh? She'll drive back to the hotel. She doesn't care if there's anything else on Axel's list.
I think when you guys get back, Sig is outside, like in front of the door, just kind of like smoking and waiting rather impatiently for your return.
Sorry it took so long. Somebody had to take their sweet, sweet time.
Well, it's not my fault you took forever in your place.
I took no time in my place. I was extremely efficient.
It seemed like you were very happy coming out of where you were at.
Mind your business.
Why don't you go inside and take Colt those smokes?
She's gonna pass all of the cigarettes to Axel.
Axel takes the cigarettes and he walks them into Colt.
You find Colt standing next to a sitting Adriana, and he's just got the pack of cigarettes extended in his hand, holding it to her, expecting her to take one, not understanding why she's not taking one.
I think as Axel walks in and sees this, he's gonna be like, "Hold, I don't think she understands or wants a cigarette there."
He just stares at you, unflinching, as he's lifted his cigarette to his mouth and lighting it, and then just blows smoke all over you.
Here's your cigarettes. You can divide them up however you want between you and Sig.
Next Chuming gives you a sock in the shoulder.
Also, I got these for you, and he'll toss you 3 pieces of candy as well. A couple I had saved back.
He immediately eats 2 of them. While he's smoking.
Of course.
You managed to get everything.
Yes. They had a friend's prison buddy.
Thanks. In the car
problem.
still.
Yeah. Trunk.
You see that she's got her bag like at her feet, and she picks it up and goes to the trunk and throws her bag in the trunk, and she's back there for a little bit, kind of organizing. And
I think Natalia would ask, do you want some help?
I think I got it covered. Pretty simple stuff.
No problem.
So thanks.
Yeah.
And when she's done, she'll join everybody else to wait for nightfall.
Okay, so unless anybody wants to do anything before you get over to the tower? No? Okay. So it's about the time you need to head over, so you'll gather up in the car. Everybody grab their things and head out there. Sig, I assume you're driving?
Yeah, we'll drive.
Okay. So with everybody in the car, you drive to the corporate center in downtown Night City. There you find the Chatworth Tower, a 25-foot luxury townhouse and apartment building. Just overhead, as you drive over, you see a helicopter landing on top of the building.
Wow,
You pull. Oh, go ahead.
must be our place.
Colt takes a long look at the top of the tower, up to the top of the tower, and just says, real fucking fancy.
Yeah.
You pull up to the front of the building where a chauffeur is waiting.
I think Sig's a little nervous at this, but She kind of idles the car and throws it into park and steps out and puts her brave face on. All right, team. Let's get this over with. And she's gonna go to the trunk of the car and grab her duffel bag out and sling it over her shoulder.
Talia's out. She's got her rifle bag in hand, and she sort of is just watching Sig.
Axel climbs out the car and sees the chauffeur. Some welcoming party.
The chauffeur stretches out his hand expectantly.
I think Sig looks over at Adriana. I think this is where you take over.
Yes, of course. And she'll try to take the keys from you.
Yeah, she hands the keys over.
Adriana will walk over to the chauffeur and place them in keys in his hand. Make sure it's kept well. The chauffeur gets in the driver's seat and takes off to the nearby underground parking. You approach the front door, where an older man in a neat black tuxedo waits. Adriana's on the front, and the man says, "Welcome home, Adriana. Your father is expecting you." And the man opens up the door to allow each of you in. And Adriana walks through.
Yeah, I think Sig just follows along.
So does Natalia.
Colt ditches his cigarette in the street and he's just nodding, like he's kind of pleased at this turn of events.
Yep, Axel will probably be the last one in.
Inside, you find an exquisite design of black marble tiles, copper sculptures, and wide hallways. Large, lush green plants add a hint of life. A security guard looks over his desk as you walk past, only giving you a nod. Towards the front, or just ahead of you, is an elevator waiting to take you to the 25th floor. And Adriana walks into the elevator.
Yeah, Sig kind of clenches like the strap that's across her chest from her bag a little tighter, and she kind of looks around to all these guards with suspicion, but presses on.
Yeah, Natalia's behind her. Sort of just watching the back of Sig's head, I think.
Colt stops at the threshold of the elevator and he looks a little antsy, kind of paces back and forth a little bit, taking long drags off his smoke. It's like, I usually don't like elevators at all. Saw a guy drop 20 stories. Had to hose him out of the box after that.
Come
Those
on.
25 stories and the smoking habit ain't doing me any favors. He hops in.
Axel will climb in and mosey on over to where Adriana's standing in the elevator.
All right, so everybody's in. After a short ride on the elevator, you disembark into a long hallway. In front of you is a metal white door, and further down the hallway is a fire exit, the same that Natalia saw on the blueprints which lead up to the helicopter on the top of the building. Next to this white door is a hand biometric scanner. Adriana places her hand on the scanner, and a moment later you hear a satisfying clunk as the door opens. Adriana pushes the door open and steps inside. You all follow her?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You enter and are greeted by a sea of white. Dr. Young subscribes to an aesthetic of lightness and airy openness in stark contrast to the urban density far below. Crisp white furnishings fill the large living space. A low sectional couch circling a glass coffee table, white leather accent chairs facing the clean-lined fireplace mantel, white shag rugs softening the shine of the white wood flooring that flows throughout. Floor-to-ceiling glass walls and sliding doors reveal the piece de resistance, an expansive covered balcony furnished with a white wicker seating area surrounding a bubbling hot tub. Standing in the center of the room is the man of the hour, Dr. Francis Young. He's dressed in a white tuxedo. His long graying hair is slicked back. His face is worn from years of study. Adrian is standing next to you all, hesitating to move. Dr. Young sees you all and says, "Ah, my daughter, Adriana, I'm so pleased to see you return to me unharmed." Adriana says, "I was looked after quite well, actually." And Dr. Young looks at the rest of you. "Despite having been stolen from me, I do appreciate you have returned Adriana to me unscathed. She means a great deal to me. Now come, sit. We must celebrate."
Yeah. What are we celebrating here, really?
My daughter's return, of course.
Yeah, I don't think we're she's gonna look at Sig. I don't think they're really here to celebrate with you, are we? I, quite frankly, you asking us to celebrate really makes me feel like you're stalling. Where's the fucking money?
Adriana's going to turn to you and say, "Please, let my father have some time to celebrate my return."
I didn't speak to you, clone. Where's the fucking money?
Dr. Young will walk towards the wall where a painting is there. He pulls off the painting and reveals a safe behind it. Begins to spin the little dial till the hatch opens, and he pulls out a heavy briefcase. He walks it over to the coffee table. "I'm sure this will find this satisfactory."
Open it.
He clanks the latches open and reveals inside piles of eddies. You would suspect it's around 1,000,000 eddies.
I think Natalia's gonna walk up to the table. I think she's going to sort of give it a once over and then look back up to the rest of the group and give a nod. Satisfied. I'm satisfied.
Looks to be all there.
I think Natalia will close it with a sharp snap and pick it up. Well, as much as I would love to sit and celebrate with you, Dr. Young and Dr. Young, it's confusing. You have to understand. I don't really give a shit about either of you. I don't think they do either. The job's done.
As you say that, you pick up the briefcase. You hear the sound of crashing glass from the nearby windows. Men in black and red Kevlar suits burst through. The Arasaka Special Ops soldiers. They have assault weapons drawn, pointing them at you. They wave their hands, signaling for you to stay where you are.
I think Sig kind of stiffens at this. The fuck is this?
We've been set up.
Moments later, you hear the front door open. Entering are two familiar faces. Seiji Okano and Haruko Kanawa. The two that you met not too long ago at the farmstead. Okano is casually holding a pistol in his hand. It's so nice to see you all in person. Those video calls can feel so impersonal. I would like to thank you for bringing Adriana to me. Now, hand her over. And Dr. Young will hold up his hand and say, that wasn't part of the deal, Okano. I was only to give you the secrets to the cleaning process. Not hand over my own daughter. Okano will say, well, you see, that was before these criminals decided to make a fool out of me. They thought they could get the upper hand, but in the end, I am the one who is laughing. Kanama, grab the money and the girl. I will deal with the rest. And Dr. Young will say, I won't let you have her. Okano lifts up his gun and squeezes the trigger, placing a well-aimed shot in Dr. Young's chest. Dr. Young spins and falls to the ground. And Adriana kneels down, placing her hands on her father. His white suit is stained red from blood.
I think at this, Sig kind of moves forward a little bit, and she's still clutching that bag, but you see one of her hands reaches into her jacket and she pulls out the grenade that she had taken off Boris's body and plucks the pin from it. Nobody's fucking going anywhere. You didn't think we were just gonna walk up here and not fucking ready for some bullshit to happen? She's looking at Okana while she's saying this. Go ahead. Pull that trigger, Okana. And she kind of turns to the side. See this bag? And off of the zipper of her duffel bag that she takes everywhere with her, you can see the head of baby Phil that was once on Mimi's gun that she had placed on her own gun, and it's now dangling off of this bag. I've got enough explosives in this bag right now to wipe this penthouse off out of here. Gone. All of you. Fuck you, Okana.
Do the lives of your friends mean so little that you're willing to sacrifice them from your own ego?
No, see, that's where you and I differ, Okana. That's what you would do. No, my friends are gonna fucking leave fine. Unscathed. And she's gonna look back to the party. Get the fuck out of here, guys.
I think you don't gotta tell Mimi twice or Mimi twice. Oh my god. You don't gotta tell Natalia twice. I think she's probably at this point unzipped her rifle bag and has the rifle kind of like pitted up against her armpit here and the briefcase here. She's got a white knuckle grip on it. You're not getting it out of her hands. And she is moving. And do I see an exit?
So Kanawa and Kanawa have moved up pretty close to where you are, so you could run around them and out the front door to the hallway.
I think what she's going to do is give Sig a hard look, that same hard look that she gave earlier. It's very knowing and very much with respect. And she's going to book it. And she's got, I mean, safety's off. She's ready to fire that rifle at either one of them.
Axel looks around. How far away is Adriana from Axel?
She's about 15 feet, I would say.
I think Axel, with his hand on his pistol, would rush over to Adriana to try to get her and escort her out of the room.
Okay. You see her, she's sort of digging into her father's pockets. And eventually she pulls out a set of keys. With those, she gets up to her feet and she goes along with you.
All right, we'll book it following Natalia's exit.
Colt's gonna walk up to Sig and go, "Come on, let's go."
No. I'm not going, Colt. I can't. This ends here. Tonight. You should go with the others and take your chance at a new life.
Colt's gonna like wheel her around by the elbows to look directly at her, and I'd like to roll with advantage a human perception roll to see what her mindset is here.
Okay. And Sid, go ahead and roll a cool.
Okay.
So Sid rolled a 13, Colt rolled an 8.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this is like the fucking fourth time that I've seen back-to-back rolls be the same when you do a second roll. And I almost wonder if there's a fucking bug in Roll20. Like, I feel
Maybe.
like every time we've rolled advantage back-to-back.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah, out of
rolling
curiosity,
back-to-back.
hit that roll again. I don't know if maybe it just needs a minute. Yeah. because now it's rolling differently. It's still not passing, but I think if you roll advantage, you maybe need to give it a minute before you roll it again, because it seems like it's fucking broken.
Mhm. So it was very close, I would say. I would think Colt would pick up something.
Yeah, I think you see her face and that she's very steadfast in this decision, and you kind of also already know Sig's mindset and where she's at, and she's been spending a lot of time admiring her face being on the television, and knowing that her sister's passed and that she feels like she doesn't truly have anything left to live for, and that she doesn't want her entire life to be wasted. That you would know that this is important to her now, that this is a very big deal, and she's not going anywhere.
Colt's eyes are just kind of like darting back and forth, gauging your reaction. And then you see his expression go from pleading, like to implore you to come with him, to it kind of dissolves back into that mask he always had when you first met him. Like dead eyes, kind of like a disdainful sneer on his face, like the world owes him something. And then he lifts the bag off of your shoulder and puts both arms through it and behind his neck, so that the bag is now like open and on his back. And then he lights up a cigarette, looks at Okana, says, "Because it's 2 more for dinner. Hope we're having Thai."
Kind of whips his pistol around, pointing at the soldiers. Go after them. Can't let them escape. So you see Kanawa and the 4 other Arasaka soldiers. They run out the door, begin chasing the 3.
How close behind is he?
So they are, I would say, about 50 to 100 meters. Let's say 100 meters behind you. You got a pretty good head start.
Okay. I'm hauling ass. As much ass as I can possibly haul.
Okay. Do you want to like shoot at them as they're?
Yeah, I'll make him dance. I'll shoot
Okay.
at his feet.
Do you want to like throw grenades or anything?
Yeah, actually I do.
Okay.
I have a frag grenade.
Ew.
Say that.
Fuck these guys.
That's kind of just something I just have.
Yeah. So go ahead and on there, you should just have to push the roll button.
Yeah, for my high explosive grenade.
Yep.
Okay. Oops.
This deals 76 damage, so there's a pretty good chance that you'll injure or kill some of these.
I assume that me and Adriana are relatively close to Natalia.
Yeah, and she would just kind of long arming it to try and soar over you guys.
And if possible, I would like to shoot cover fire back while she's pulling the pin to throw this grenade.
She's doing it with her teeth. That's very important to me that you guys all know that.
All right, go ahead and give me an initiative roll real quick, just so we have this all in order.
Who's your initiative?
Don't forget, you guys have lots of advantages.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
can I
wow.
roll advantage on this initiative?
Yeah. Good.
It says no valid token. Did you get
That's okay.
That's okay. There aren't any valid tokens.
that? Okay. And rolling again. Oof. Okay.
I don't like those rolls, Duro.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
either.
And Kanawa.
I'm gonna explode them all.
All right, so since you had like a surprise on him,
Mm-hmm.
we'll say that your attack like went first.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We'll do our saves for these. Let's see here.
Please miss.
Because you definitely hit them. It's just an attack. They get the damage, which
It's
was
23 in
23.
location 5.
Location 5, which is that's their left arm. Okay.
Bye. Say goodbye to your arms.
Yikes.
And then we have so they're all going to be taking left arms 11 6, so they're in critical. And then we have Kanoa, which is okay. They'll save their stun at least, so they'll still be chasing after you.
They're all just missing a left arm.
Yeah, they're all missing arms. Yeah, they definitely have lost their arms because they took more than 8 damage.
Outstanding.
So they're just like bleeding out, trying to
Yeah.
run after.
Yeah,
They're
all
really well disciplined.
they're all in critical condition.
Quite the grenade.
Yeah, I feel like throwing a grenade in a hallway, you're gonna get good results out of that.
Yeah.
The Russian special for you.
Okay, so they are going to do their turns, and it will be Natalia and Axel. So they only have one arm to use. They're gonna pull out their little pistol. They'll shoot at Natalia. So here's that first one.
I'm scared.
They have smart lane close. Here we go. Of course, it's not rolling. All right. There we go. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So all these attacks will not hit you because of the distance. They have just pistols and you're just so far away.
Outstanding.
So now we have Natalia, you're up again. So you can shoot at them if you want.
Um, as I'm shooting at them, am I able to put myself, I know that they're behind me, but can I put myself in position between Adriana and Axel? Can I like shove them out of the way as I'm firing? Is that too much? Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. And just tell them, I don't want to have to say this, but get to the chopper.
I love that you said that. She turns Austrian for a minute.
Suddenly, it's so strange. And I'm just gonna fire.
Your light assault rifle?
Yes. And
Okay.
it's just one roll, right?
You got a smart link goggles +3 because you're auto firing.
Mm-hmm.
And should be good to go.
Okay.
So you'll roll once.
Okay. I'm gonna use advantage on this.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a second to let it cool down. Okay, my first roll was better anyway.
All right. Are you going to be aiming at anybody in particular, or are you just trying to shoot at all of them?
I'm spraying and praying.
Okay. So there's 5 targets,
Mhm.
and the difference is a 8, like between what you rolled
Mm-hmm.
and the number. So you could shoot all of them twice.
Okay.
Yep, you can shoot all of them twice.
Okay.
So go ahead and where it says that number 1 next to autofire, make that an 8,
Okay. And then
and then push autofire.
got it. Woo!
Okay. Here we go. We got first 2 will be, or the first, let's say the first 6 will be on the all. So you have, do you want to shoot all of the guards, or would you want to also shoot at Kanawa? Sorry, it's only 8 and you have 5 targets.
Yeah, I want to I want to shoot at Kanawa, but I want to do what's smartest, and I think getting rid of the ads in the video game mind would be get rid of all the guards as much as I can.
Okay. So we have a shot in the right arm,
Goes your other arm, bitch.
which brings him into mortal 0. So he is he's still up, but he's down, sort of thing. We have the second shot on him, which will kill him because it is a headshot. You dealt enough damage based on his his armor to his
Yeah,
to his head. So you kill him with that shot.
outstanding.
We have 20. So let's go ahead and save for those 2 hits. All right, this other guy, he's unconscious. He's not dead, but he's unconscious. The next one. One's unconscious. So he's still up. There's this one guy, he's still up. I think that's 4 that you just hit, right? Four people. Okay, so you have like 2 targets still up. You have Kanawa and this other soldier. Now it's Colt, Axel's turn. So go ahead and shoot your gun for me.
All right. Do I since we're technically running away, do I need to make sure that's checked? Or
You can stop to shoot.
okay.
That's if you
yeah.
actually want to like run and shoot at the same time. You can stop.
I got you. Okay. All right. And
So go ahead and push that roll button for me.
all right. Roll.
Are you shooting at the soldier or Kanawa?
The soldier, and I want to use advantage on that.
Oh, that's a big hit. Okay, go ahead. All right. So you're gonna have a rate of fire 2, so go ahead and put a 2 next to your auto fire and push the big auto fire button. Okay, so you take your shots, but fortunately, their armor is too thick for you to get through. But it's at this point where you've reached the end of the hallway, and you can burst through the doors, and will make your way up to the top of the building.
After I bust through the doors, what do I see outside or in this room or wherever we're going?
So you're in the stair, it's an indoor sort of stair fire exit. You can go up, and you'll see the door to the helicopter.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'll rush up the stairs and making sure that Adriana is behind me.
She's right next to you.
All right, and we'll rush up and bust out the top door to the helipad.
Okay. So you see this small helicopter just outside, large enough to fit the three of you. Who was it that had it was Axel. You have the helicopter flying.
Mhm.
So you take your seat in the cockpit, and Adriana's next to you, and then Italia, you can head in the back.
Yeah, she'll be popping into the back, kind of flinging the door across. I'm assuming it's a slidey door.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I need a
Excellent.
roll for the flying?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me. So you have like
What?
a +8 or something.
Which would it be operate heavy machinery? Because it's not. Or
It is going to be, I can tell you, it's going to be gyro, wouldn't it? Or
Mhm.
fixed-
oh, that
Yeah.
would be gyro.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
gyro.
Make
Okay.
sure you adjust for how many points you have in it. And you can also, you still have 2 advantages left too.
Yeah, I want to do the advantage on this for sure.
We have the chip, so does that make a difference, Duro?
Yeah, he'll get a bonus. So you bought the +8 chip, so that'd be an 18. You know how to drive this swimmingly.
Nice.
And that one.
Okay, 21. Even better.
Even better.
Nice.
You've done this before.
Yeah, I'm a pro at this.
All right. As you begin taking off, you see Kanawa opening the door with force. She dashes to the helicopter. As you are hovering above, she grabs onto the landing skids just as you're taking off.
Oh, absolutely not. You're not coming with us. Can I just... Are we in the air yet at all? How far?
Yeah, so you're starting to fly. You're just over the ledge of the building.
I think Natalia would shout over to Axel over the sound of the propellers, "Keep fucking flying!" And she is going to take that boot, and just like she showed Sig and Colt how to kick a body, she is going to start bashing her boot into her face as hard as she possibly can.
Okay, go ahead and give me let's
Can I give
see.
you my Thai kickboxing roll?
Yes, Thai kickboxing, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Would you like to use an advantage?
I sure fucking would. You know what? It's so crazy that I chose Thai kickboxing, and it's all kind of come full circle now. So it's not that. We're definitely probably not going to use that. Here it is. There's a 12.
Okay, so
With the Thai kickboxing, I'm ka-cha!
so let's go ahead and let's have her roll. I'm not sure what roll it we'd actually roll, but we'll roll up.
Avoid boot to face.
Yeah.
Avoid certain death.
So I'll just roll her body type. So you smash onto her fingers with your boot, and she loses her grip. And she begins to plummet down to the earth.
See you in fucking hell, bitch. Keep fucking flying.
And we'll turn back to Sig, Colt, and Okano. And Okano will say, any moments now, Kanawa will be returning with my prize, and your little display of courage will be for nothing. You will be an example for those who dare to outsmart me. I'll always be one step ahead of you.
While he's boasting, Sig, still holding this grenade, still holding that trigger down on it. She's elsewhere. She's not even looking at him. She knows that as long as she's standing next to that bag, that he's not going to do anything to her. And she's going to slowly make her way over to the windows that overlook Night City, hoping that Colt will follow her as she does so.
Colt stays in lockstep, and as they approach Akana, he flicks his cigarette butt off his chest without even looking at him.
When she gets to the window, she's gonna place her fingers into Colt's and look over to him. Well,
Colt turns and looks at her, and as he does so, his demeanor is typical hard demeanor they wears in the street to project intimidation and fear and basically keep people away from him. Melts like someone seeing the sun rise on a cold winter's day, and he wistfully says to her, I wish we met a long time ago so we'd have more time.
yeah.
And he stares back to the city.
She glances out to the city and we're never going to be forgotten. Do we see the helicopter?
Yes, just moments later, out the window, you see Kanawa plummeting from the sky and the helicopter flying away in the distance. Nakano says, oh shit.
When Sig sees this, she's gonna smile at Kanawa falling through the air, and she looks to the grenade in her hand, and holding hands with Colt still, she kind of glances to him. I love you. And as she says that, her palm opens and the grenade flicks open and she turns to him and she wraps him in a tight embrace and she presses that grenade into the back of him, into that bag, and she's going to move in to kiss him one last time.
He just responds with, "I love you, Sig." And he kisses her back.
The blast rips through the air in all directions, a massive expanding cloud of red-hot heat erupting in a matter of milliseconds. Great plumes of thick black smoke pour out of shattered windows and rain ash on a busy city below. In the distance, sirens roar to life and panic screams tear through the night as a lone helicopter disappears into a black horizon, carrying with it the secrets of the creation of life. We cut now to a smoky bar room. A figure, tall and slender, sits in a familiar hunch at the bar, framed by the hazy glow of a television. From beyond their freshly shaved head, the voice of a reporter just barely cuts through the surrounding din. Tonight, Night City mourns the loss of one of the greatest scientists of our time, Dr. Francis Young. 1 year ago today, Dr. Young fell victim to a brutal terrorist attack in his penthouse home at the Chatworth Hotel or Tower here in downtown Night City. A militant fringe group known as Mimi Sucks, and fronted by former prostitute and brain dance artist Sigourney Smith, had kidnapped Dr. Young's first successful clone only weeks prior, bringing this monumental discovery and its creator to a devastating and fiery end. The tragic attack ended the lives of both Dr. Young and Adriana, along with the four terrorists, Sigourney Smith, Alex Colton Chambers, Alex J. Frost, and Amelia Smith. Kai Arasaka, CEO of the Arasaka Corporation, had this to say in our press conference earlier today. Dr. Francis Young was a brilliant scientist and a leader in the field of cloning technology. Not only did we lose a great man that day, but we lost as a species. But as a species, we were set back by the loss of valuable life-saving technology. An example of how the reckless attacks of the few spoils the future of many. Tonight, Arasaka grieves not only with the people of Night City, but with the people of the world. We go now live to live footage of the scene where hundreds stand in silent memorial before Chatworth Tower, offering gifts of flowers and newspaper clippings at the base of the building in remembrance of a man who sought to change the world. On TV, the camera pans to sullen faces lit by candles that stare up in reverence to the towering apartment building. Slowly it makes its way through the crowd, breaking through and revealing a sprawling altar of rain-soaked clippings and images placed amid flowers in a state of life and death. Intermingled is discarded trash, the inevitable creeping grim of the surrounding metropolis. The camera pauses and focuses on a pair approaches. It's a man and a woman, their backs to the viewers at home as they kneel. The man digs into the pocket of his trench coat, shiny wrappers of candies catching the glow of candlelight as they spill from his pocket and glitter the ground. The woman bends forward, adding her own tribute to the growing pile. Standing again, the two glance up to the building's roof as the man takes a long puff from a fresh cigarette, before lacing the fingers of his hand into those of his beautiful companion. After a few moments, they step away and disappear into the depths of the crowd. In the last shot, we see the camera zoom at the foot of the building, littered by a myriad of offerings. Toward the center, situated amid a pile of candies and an old, soft pack of cigarettes, you can just make out an image of a newspaper clipping of Sig, Colt, Axel, and Mimi, just as they were the day they took the job. Natalia, it's been a year since you escaped. Tell us what's going through your head as she sits here watching the news report.
What you see with Natalia is a sort of sick satisfaction. She looks no different, save for a shaved head and a few new tattoos. On the back of her head, you have 4, 5, 5, 6 rounds tattooed in a row. And then on the back of her arm, you see 1 box of Thai food. But she's satisfied. She is kind of relishing in this moment, and there is a softness to that smile. She's proud of Sig. She's proud of Colt. Hell, she's even proud of Axel and the clone. But she's out. Nobody's following her. Nobody's looking for her. And she can really just digest that and enjoy it.
A burly bartender with hands like BT mallets steps into view. He drapes a beer soiled rag over his shoulder and leans against the counter. Believe that horse shit, Choom? He nods to the TV at his back. Night City crying over some dead doctor. City ain't got time for tears when we're busy getting crushed under our sucker's nice little Italian leather loafers. He takes a moment to study her. Of course, you don't believe that shit. Nobody's coming to the afterlife to mourn some corporate gunk. What'll it be, lady? Drink to celebrate the real heroes that day?
Do I look that obvious? That I'd rather see Arasaka burn to the ground than see anybody fucking send any tears off their way.
I've seen a lot of people come here, lady. I know the type.
Yeah, I bet you do. I do have a drink for you. A double shot of gin. Half a lime. Splash of soda.
Okay. Got a name for this?
Sig.
Sick. I like it.
A good one.
Coming right up.
Thanks very much.
After a while, the bartender returns and leans against the counter. He looks to Natalia with scrutinizing eyes as though he knows a secret to which she hasn't been made privy. One of the big dogs downstairs wants to chat with you, Choom. So he's got an offer you won't refuse. In fact, says you can't refuse. He nods at a door at the back of the bar guarded by a pair of rather imposing-looking bouncers. He's down on Hades. The boys let you through, but be careful down there, kid. These people ain't no gonks. They're the real deal.
Real deal, you say? We'll see about that. I know enough of those guys who just say, I'm the real deal. I'm the real deal. You hear that all the time. It's very annoying. Do you know what they're offering?
Can't say. I'm not privy to that sort of information.
All right. No problem. And she'll get up and you'll see her she'll take her rifle case and she walks in that same slumped manner in a perfectly straight line. Straight past, I guess any guards that might be preventing her from going.
Yep, so you pass through a series of long corridors. One of the bouncers leading you down into the bowels of the afterlife. You approach the darkest and most infamous area of the bar, Hades. Here, war-hardened criminals gather in cliques where they trade secrets like eddies, far from the glass eyes of corporate night city. As you're led inside, various hued Kiroshi optics start and pass over you. They size you up, fill your face away into the dark databases of their minds, and return to their conversations without much pause. Smoke drifts lazily through the air here and makes a hazy blur of the faces as you are brought to a booth at the room's back. Under a shallow lamp sits a larger than life man with a single cyber arm of black chrome. He smokes a cigar and speaks casually like us with a smaller woman, a netrunner by the looks of her black bodysuit and matching visor glasses. He glances up, smiles as you approach. Natalia, you're not an easy woman to find. Though after your little incident last year, it's not surprising.
She'll sit across from them, and she has her rifle in hand still, and she's kind of slinging the bag next to her. I assure you, I was not an easy woman to find beforehand either. And depending on the sort of job you're offering me, I might not be so easy to find after that either. So,
I'm in the information biz, Choom. I can find anyone. But you shouldn't be worried about me. You should be worried that if I know, then there must be others that know too. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to offer you a job.
all right. Offer away.
He picks up a tablet from in front of the woman and slides it across the table. Got myself a little footage today, fresh off the data line. A little something that needs to be taken care of, and I thought you might be just the woman. He presses play on the footage. You can see on the screen what looks to be the interior of a laboratory. The video is of a lower quality, suggesting a small hidden camera on the body of a unidentified individual as they assist a second man dressed in a white lab coat with the opening of a large steel door. The gentle hiss of hydraulics can be heard as the door's locking mechanism release and begins to slowly swing open to reveal a man in his 40s, eyes closed as though he only naps there against the padded walls of this strange tomb. Gently, his eyes flutter open and focus on the two men before him. Good morning, Doctor. The man in the lab coat begins. Do you know who you are? Young. Francis Young. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. I work for Biotechnica. Correct. Now, Dr. Young, let's get back to work, shall we?
As the video stops, Natalia looks up at the two before her. And she smiles. Have you ever considered the philosophical ramifications of cloning?